The whole purpose of this meeting is trying to understand the limitations and the opportunities in aluminium and modifying the ideas to suit the realities of production, right?
When I saw the first sketch, a big design problem was bending.
Oh, I think it's not stable enough.
A lot of people know how things should look, but they don't really know how you would manufacture them, because that's my big passion. For a designer, it's always really interesting to be at the cusp of something new or something different, or a new way of making things, or a new potential in the materials.
You can hang your jacket on there or your bag.
We've been looking to develop an aluminium chair for indoor and outdoor use.
Something like this.
That's the back of the chair.
Yeah.
The references we were using were images of racing seats in 1950s sports cars that had this very deep kind of bucket seat aspect. But we wanted to see if we could press one in one piece to make it more pure, more minimal and more modern.
So either we use a rolled edge already, or...
The basic idea behind the chair is to make it lightweight. That's why we're using aluminium. And in that way, we started to collaborate with Hydro.
Working with Tom Dixon, my expectations before the meeting was kind of a blank and open paper.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello. So this is Tom, Matthias, and this is Tom, Anna. You have connected on the phone before.
We had two different models that we mainly looked at.
One which is a shell on legs, so trying to update this chair, but with a shape which is more bucket, bucket.
When I saw the first sketch, a big design problem was bending.
They want the seating as a one piece without any joints, which makes it a bit difficult in terms of forming and pressing.
Oh, I think it's not stable enough.
But we're not wedded to exactly this shape, right? So the whole purpose of this meeting is trying to understand the limitations and the opportunities in the aluminium and modifying the ideas to suit the realities of production, right? For this particular trip is to come out with a very clear direction of travel, so we can get the engineers working on it, and we can get into production in the next few months, trying to fast track what normally is a 1 year or 2 year process. I've always liked metals just in general, and they've all got different qualities. And aluminium, non-corrosive, light. What can I say? I mean, I think it feels quite precious. Most people wouldn't agree.
We're still in a learning phase, but we're getting closer to a solution. It's always about a collaboration.
We have not only one track after this day, we have several tracks to go on. And that's good.
I'm atypical as a designer because I didn't start as a designer, I started making things. The trick isn't the designing, it's the product development. It short circuits a lot of the debate and discussion and fantasies if you're in with the engineers and the people that know about manufacturing at the beginning.
I think it's very important that different industries meet each other. It was quite nice to collaborate with them. They're both very experienced engineers, and by exchanging ideas we can find something new and exciting for the future and push technology forward.
For me personally, working with Tom Dixon was very motivating. He was not stuck to one idea. He really also tried to find solutions.
It's great to get some world-class expertise in engineering.
The best outcome would be to find one direction that we're all happy with. The engineers go away and define the technical details. I go away and define the design details. And then we come back in a few months and can start production. That would be ideal. The development of the chair is going really well at the moment. We're working on bringing all the components together. So one part is the seat shell, which is made out of sheet, and then we're combining it with 2 extrusions. So the legs will join around here.
And trying to get a very pure chair that looks effortless is actually more difficult than making a complicated looking aluminium chair, and also to make it comfortable. We're only 1/3 of the way through, so it's going to be amazing when we have a chair at the end of it.
I think it's very exciting to be a part of a project with a designer like with Tom Dixon and with his chair. I suppose that this chair will last for a very long time, as it will be made of aluminium. Here we can do electrochemical testing. So for example, we can test the corrosion potentials. I work for different projects connected with surface of aluminium product. Hydro has a very ambitious plan when talking about climate. We want to be carbon neutral by 2020.
I think sustainability is going to be important to everybody's work right now. I mean, it's a kind of critical factor of how everybody's going to be thinking in the next few years.
I think this is a fantastic project. We will deliver material from one of our rolling mills in Germany, and this will be combined with extrusions also from aluminium, from Hydro. I like working with aluminium because I think the material has unique properties, and you can, in the end, create a solution for everything.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, welcome to London. How are you?
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Are you all acting in a movie?
Maybe.
It will be nice to see the chair that you contributed to in people's home.
That's nice. That's good. Yeah, that's it.
My experience working with Tom and Stephanie has been really positive. It is interesting to see how our world can meet their world.
For me personally, it's been very exciting to work on this project. It's been great to work with all these different specialists.
The main hope is that it does what we set out to do, that it's tough enough to survive outdoors, but it's beautiful enough to use domestically around a dining table, and it's got a long life in terms of being around to design for the next 20, 50 years.